Hey everyone, and welcome to this video. I'm Minxlaura123 and this is going to be my February reading wrap up. I'm going to be telling you about the books that I read in the month of February, so I hope you enjoy watching. If you do, please click like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. And hey, don't forget to smash the notification bell to all notifications, then you can see when I've uploaded new content and also when I'm doing live streams. So yeah, I had a good month in February, read some really good books, like seriously so many good books in the month of February. There were a few that I was a bit like but overall there's a good month for reading for me. Let me know in the comments section down below what book you are currently reading. Also let me know if you're enjoying it or not, and if you have any book recommendations for me, and also tell me in the comments if there's any book that's coming out really soon that you're like really mega excited about. Okay, so I have my laptop here, so I'm going to be reading my notes from there. I just personally find it easier to do this because otherwise I just forget things, I get tongue-tied. So like for me it's just kind of more organized to do it like this. And I have a load of books here that are the books that I'm going to mention, so when I'm talking about them I can actually hold them up and show you them. I think there's like one that I haven't got because I've lent it to my friend, but anyway, let's get started. I'm rambling, so I'm sorry. So the first book that I read in the month of February, let me just pop my glasses on here. You know I mean business when the glasses go on, right? Yeah, the first book I read was The Understudy. Now, people ask me all the time what is my favourite genre of book, and do you know what? I love reading a bit of this, a bit of that. I love every, type of book and stuff, but my favourite, I would say, like overall, would probably be thrillers. I just love thrillers. I think it's because I kind of turn into this like detective minx, trying to figure out who's bad, who's good, what's happened, So I really enjoy a good gripping thriller. So The Understudy was wrote by Sophie Hannah, Claire McIntosh, B.A. Paris and Holly Brown. So, four best-selling thriller authors. I just think that is such a great idea, by the way, to just get a load of thriller authors together and just like, collaborate on a story. I think it's brilliant. So yeah, I put here in my notes, I love the idea of them getting together to write the book, obviously. This story was about four mothers, Caroline, Bronnie, Elise and Kendall, and they all have four daughters. So the daughters go to this performing arts school together, and basically this new girl starts at the school and kind of accidents, and I mean accidents, start to happen. So it's quite a dark book, but it's very interesting. And yeah, I love the rivalry, the bitchiness, the secrets, the drama, and all the girls and the mums have like all got kind of something to hide. There's something different about all of them. Each chapter is told from a different point of view, from the mothers, so you really kind of get to know the mothers and their story and stuff, and about their daughters. I really liked kind of, I don't know, getting into their minds, and how they were as characters and stuff. And also I do want to say about this book, I was really sad to see that this book on Goodreads got so many like bad reviews and like low scores on the ratings. I was like, what? Now I rated this brilliant and gripping thriller a 5 stars. Like I give it 5 stars because I really thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, really shocked to see so much like negativity, and yeah, anyway, I mean, if you read it, let me know what you think, but I really enjoyed it personally. Haven't got it here to hold up because I've lent it to my friends. I'm hoping she's going to enjoy it as well. I told her what it's about and she's like, oh, that sounds really good. So anyway, that's that one, The Understudy. Check it out, it's good. Okay, next up, I have got this book here so I can show you. It's called Where Dreams Descend, and it's by Janella Angeles, I think that's how you say it. I don't know, Angeles, I'm not sure. But here it is. What a beautiful cover this book is. Like seriously, it's just majestic, isn't it? It's just wonderful. Okay, so this is the first in the Kingdom of Cards duology. Okay, I thought it was going to be quite a long series, but apparently there's only 2. So anyway, yeah, I've put the cover of this book is stunning. It is. I think you'll agree. This, like, even if this isn't your genre of books, this is a beautiful cover. So yeah, basically I'd heard from lots of booktubers and also people I know have read it, and that they'd said really good things about it. So I had quite high hopes about this book, and that's not always a good thing. Sometimes when all people hype up a book, you think, oh, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, and then when you read it, you're like, bit kind of let down. And that's kind of how I felt with this book. So yeah, on paper, this book literally, on paper, this book was perfect for me. So like you've got the circus, the magic, romance, drama, etc. All things that I would, you know, normally like in a book. But in reality, it just fell a bit kind of flat for me. Um, yeah, I've put in my notes here that I just didn't connect with the main character at all. The main character was called Kalia, and for me personally, like in just my view, I just found her really arrogant, and there wasn't much emotion in her. I just didn't connect with her at all. So it's about this group of magicians. They're in a face-off in this kind of daring game of magical feats to find the next headliner of the conquering circus, only to find themselves under the threat of an unseen danger striking behind the scenes. And what also annoyed me, apart from for me, the main character was quite arrogant and not very likable, is that you didn't really get to know much about the other magicians or their skills and stuff. Like it mainly focused on the main character, and also DeMarco as well, who's the other main character. He was a judge, but he also did like magical stuff, and you know those two were quite focused on. But you know, in this kind of battle of all these magicians, you'd kind of, for me, want to know more about, you know, what each magician was doing, their personality, their magic. Like it just didn't happen. But yeah, I did like DeMarco. I thought he was a nice character. I think I'd have liked more of a book about him, to be fair, than her. But yeah, I mean, I would read number 2 in the series just because, like, I want to know what happens, but I'm not overly like excited about it. I give this book 3.5 stars. Meh, meh. It was okay, but it does get 5 out of 5 for the cover because it is absolutely blooming gorgeous. So that's that one. Okay, the next book I read was another thriller, and it's called The Other Passenger by Louise Candlish. And I've read, I can't remember what it was, but I have read another book by her which I really enjoyed. So I was like, yeah, this should be good. Liking the cover as well. I know they say that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but I do personally. If I like a good book cover, I like it, you know. So yeah, I said here, the book was full of twists and turns which I loved. Yeah, so I'm not, it's hard to say too much about this book because anything I could say could give like parts away and spoilers, so I don't want to give any spoilers. And what I will say is kind of halfway through the book there was like some major twists that took place, and I was like open mouth shocked. I was reading it and I went I was so shocked. So it's about this married guy, and he travels on a riverboat every day in London to get to work because he's claustrophobic and he can't go on the trains. And actually, I did find this book a little bit triggering for me because I'd also suffer from claustrophobia, and I am quite scared when I travel on trains and stuff. So parts of the book, when it was like described, like how he was feeling, I was like, ooh, I kind of felt a bit uncomfortable myself. But that's just a personal thing for me, obviously. Anyway, so one of the people that he travels with on the boat goes missing, this guy who he travels with, and that's kind of when all the drama kicks off, basically. There's affairs, there's violence, there's lies, there's drama. I mean, this book has got it all, really. And as I say, if you like a thriller with so many different twists, even at the end, like the last page was even a twist. So really, really enjoyed it. I recommend this book to you. 5 stars for The Other Passenger. Really good. Really good. Okay, so the next book I have is here somewhere. Here it is, A Snowfall of Silver by the amazing Laura Wood. I've read some other books by her. She's an amazing author. And how beautiful is this cover? Like, seriously, it is stunning. Oh my God. So I will say, before I say about the actual story, yeah, I'm a bit of fangirl about this because basically, I'll keep this story short, don't worry, I told you were falling asleep. Basically, when I read this book, it was snowing here in the UK. So I thought, when I took a picture for my Instagram, because I always put the books I read in pictures of them on my Insta, and I thought instead of just putting it, you know, indoors, let's put it out in the snow, because of course the title is A Snowfall, right? You get the connection, snowfall. Anyway, so I went out in the garden and I placed it in the snow and I took the picture, put it on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And then I got a notification that the author, Laura Wood, had found this picture of mine, and some other people had done the similar thing, like mine did. And she took the picture and put it on her Instagram, which was really cool. I did really fangirl about that. And I wrote to her and I was like, oh, thank you for using my picture. And, you know, I'm really loving the book. And Anyway, it's just a little fangirl. I love it when authors like reply and stuff. I get really excited. So anyway, that's that. I've said about the Instagram thing. Just reading my notes here. Okay, so this story was really, really sweet. If you like a sweet, enchanting story, I recommend this book to you. Romance, friendship, family, and the theatre. And I'm really quite into books about the theatre. When I was younger, I did work experience at 2 local theatres. I did get sacked from one of them because I was kissing one of the stagehands. But anyway, that was many, many years ago. Embarrassing, but I really love, like, you know, that whole kind of theatre, especially behind the scenes of a theatre, because all the drama that goes on, literally. But anyway, so this is set in 1931. It's about 18-year-old Freya. She runs away from a nice family home in Cornwall to become an actress, and she gets a job with a theatre company, and she ends up going like on tour with them, which is really cool. And that's where all the kind of drama happens, the little stories, the romance, everything, you know, like the cast and the backstage people. And it's just a lovely, sweet story. Yeah, I said I loved Freya. What an adorable character she was. To me personally, like when I read a book, I have to feel connected to the characters to like really love a book. Like I can like a book and like the story, but if I really love the character, that's what kind of tops it up to like a 5-star rating. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, truly, truly good story. Love the characters, love the story. Now here's the drama. I know I said about loving the character, but I had to only give it a 4 out of 5. And I say only, but 4 is a pretty good rating still. It's, you know, it's 4 out of 5. The only reason it kind of lost a little point for me was I did find it a little bit too predictable at times. There were things that were happening and I was like, I bet that's going to happen, and it did. And I bet that's going to happen, and it did. A little bit predictable. But yeah, I'm quite a harsh judge, aren't I, when it comes to book reviews. But overall, really, really good. So check it out. Okay, the next book, I want to give a shout out to the author Vincent Ralph, who I hope is watching this video. Hey, Vincent Ralph, you're awesome. You write great books. So yeah, I talked to him on Twitter a little bit. He's tweeted me back a couple of times. And as I say, I get proper fangirl when authors talk to me, because to me, like, authors are superstars. Like the fact that they can write a book and the book gets published, and like it's just, you know, amazing. Anyway, so hello to Vincent Ralph if you're watching. This is his new book, his latest book. I really recommend you all go and check it out. Like seriously, go and buy this book. It's brilliant. So yeah, Lock the Doors. Loving that cover with the black and yellow. And if you can see there, my lighting's not great in here, sorry. But there's little like marks here and little drawing stuff. It's a really cool cover. So yeah, I said here on my notes that I'd previously read his other book, Are You Watching? And loved it. Honestly, that was such a good YA thriller. And this was a brilliant YA thriller as well. So this is really twisty. If you like your twists and turns, as I say, you need to check this book out. It's really good. So it's about this character called Tom, and his family have moved into like their kind of dream house, which was kind of chosen by his mother, this dream house. There is a backstory to him, which I don't kind of want to ruin. I want you to read the book and you'll find out. But there is a backstory to him and his mum and what they've been through, which I found like really touching and stuff. But read it and you'll find out more. Anyway, so they move into this dream house, but there are kind of strange things happening in this house. There's like strange messages written on the walls, and there's locks on the bedroom doors, but outside the bedroom doors, which is really freaky. Anyway, so the previous owners have moved near, and the daughter Amy is like really beautiful and interesting, a bit kind of, you know, mysterious and stuff. And Tom kind of builds up this this relationship with her and his friend as well. But yeah, he just kind of, he won't let things go. Like he wants to know what happened and if she has any information about the house, because obviously she used to live there. But it's kind of like he wants to find out the truth, and he will not stop until he finds out the truth and what happened and stuff. So honestly, this book had so many twists in it. I love the main character of Tom, and the other characters, like his family and stuff, I really liked as well. But I enjoyed reading about Amy as well and her story. And I can't say too much. I just don't want to give any spoilers. But honestly, so many shocks. And I got to the end of the book and I was like, wow, like I did not expect that. It was really, really good. Lots of twists and turns, really well wrote. And I literally want to read every book that this author writes in the future, seriously, because he's got such a great writing style. It really gets you kind of hooked, and I could not put this book down. I was like, you know, I've actually put here in my notes here that I devoured this book. I did, because I just loved it. I was like that. So yeah, really, really love this book. Of course, I gave it a 5 stars. I have to, because it's amazing. So check it out. Why are there locks on the doors outside? Ooh. But yeah, really good. Really, really good. Okay, so the next book I want to talk about is over here. And this is The Girls Ive Been by Tess Shop. And cool cover, right? I've said that about every book, but literally they've all been cool covers. But I really like this. I think it's really cool. So this is actually going to be a film. It says here that it's a feature film in development with Millie Bobby Brown, who of course is in Stranger Things. She plays 11. I hope they bring her back. Stranger Things. It's 11, isn't it? Hold on, I'm gonna ask Nate. Her name's 11, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you. For some reason, I had that second of doubt. Like, is it 11? I haven't watched Stranger Things for ages, but I know I love it. Anyway, so yeah, this is going to star her. So when I knew that it was going to be a film starring her, I kind of, as I was reading the book, I visualized her, which if I wouldn't have known it was going to be a film with her in it, I wouldn't have visualized her face. But throughout the whole book, I could just kind of, think of her as such. Anyway, let me tell you what it's about. So, oh yeah, this has been on my radar, by the way, for ages. Ever since I first heard about it, I had to grab it, which I did. Yeah, the story is about a girl called Nora, who is the daughter of a con artist mother. Not a very nice lady, in my opinion. Over the years, her mum puts her through lots of crappy and horrible situations, and also kind of puts her around horrible people. She also made her become different personas with different names, etc. She's been involved with crime like ever since she was young. Like she's literally born into this life of crime. So I've put here the character is strong, sassy, but you also get to see her vulnerable side, which I really liked. I like sassy characters, probably because I'm pretty sassy myself. But I do like finding out their softer side, their vulnerable side, their thoughts, their feelings, finding out about their past, etc. So I really like that. Yeah, so you kind of find out about her past exploits, which was interesting. So there's this bank heist that happens, and she's in this bank at the time with her current girlfriend and her ex-boyfriend. So that's all like a bit, they're all kind of there together, and they all get caught up in this bank heist with lots of other different like characters and stuff. So this book kind of half of it is set in the moment of the bank heist, like in the bank and what goes on and stuff, and half of it is kind of about her past and the different people she's been and her mum and stuff. So really exciting. I've never read a book like it. Like it's very different than anything I've read. So yeah, really, really good. And of course, I gave it a 5 stars. Really good. Really enjoyed that. Okay, so the next book on my notes here. Okay, the next book's not so positive for me. I don't like being nasty about books, but I have to be honest. Like it's just my own personal view, right? So this one is by Holly Bourne, and it's called It Only Happens in the Movies. I love the popcorn and stuff, like the movie connection, the popcorn, like everything about this book looks great. But I just didn't like it. So I'm trying to like sugarcoat this. I just didn't like it. Okay. So this is what's really sad. I normally love Holly Bourne books. Like I literally have read, I think most of them. There's like a couple that I haven't read, but every book I've read by her, I love. This one just didn't do it for me. So it's about this girl called Audrey who's kind of trying to deal with her parents' breakup. Her mother's not taking it well at all. She's turned to like alcohol and stuff. So, obviously that's hard for her to deal with her mum and her own issues herself. So she's kind of dealing with her own emotions, dealing with her mum, dealing with everything around her. And she gets this job at a local cinema, but it's not like a normal kind of Odeon cinema. It's more like a posh kind of, classy cinema. And when she's there, she works with a guy called Harry, and they kind of get a connection. There's a bit of romance, but Harry is a big flirt, and he's just a bit of an idiot. He's not very nice, and they kind of start seeing each other. It's kind of like bad boy and all that stuff. There was lots of like film references, film cliches, romantic cliches in this book. And maybe if you were more into like movies and stuff, it might be for you. I watch the odd film now and again, but like I'm not a big like film buff or anything. I just found it really predictable, really dull. I didn't really like the characters. I thought Harry was an absolute idiot. and what he was doing to her, and she just kept going, it's okay, I'll put up with it. I was like, oh. So I just had to stop reading it. I flicked to the end to see what happened, but I didn't really care, to be fair. I'm giving it a 3 stars, which is quite generous because I still love Holly Bourne and I love her books. So it felt kind of wrong to give it anything less than that, but I don't know, just not for me. Not for me. And either was the next book, which I'm really sad about because I'd had this book sitting on my bookcase for ages. I'm trying to do this thing where I don't just read the new books that I get. I'm trying to read books that I've had for a while, just sitting on bookcase, you know. This is The Peculiar Incident on Shady Street, and it's by Lindsay Curry. Now, as you can probably tell looking at me, like, I'm an adult. Well, you can kind of tell. But no, I'm 41, I'm an adult, but I do love reading young adult books, and you know, sometimes I like reading even, like, you know, younger books than that. I don't know, I just like different types of books, right? But I'm afraid I think this one was just too young for me, even though I know it's not meant for my age group. I'm not stupid, but as I say, sometimes I read younger kids books and they're just really fun, they're really good, and this one I just couldn't, I just didn't like. So basically it's kind of like a spooky kind of story, which I usually love spooky stuff. So yeah, I heard about this book, I think originally on a YouTuber that I watched, who's also an adult, and she was saying that, you know, it's amazing, and forget the fact that it's for kids, it's really good. And so that's kind of what prompted me to check it out. I didn't agree, obviously. So it's a little bit creepy. Look, I suppose if you're like between 9 and 12, you'll probably find this really spooky and creepy, and it's perfect. But for me, it just, yeah. So it's about this girl called Tessa, and she moves to Chicago with her family, and they move into this big spooky house. Spooky things start happening. Her little brother's puppet starts kind of crying and stuff. I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. And she makes these new friends who become like her best friends in a day. And I think the characters were just so, I don't know, just like stereotypical kids. There was nothing really interesting about them, and it wasn't that scary. I'm sorry. So I can only give this book a 2 stars for me. But as I say, if you're a younger person, you know, and you like spooky stories, this would probably be perfect for you. But not for me. All right, next book. Now, next book is a thriller. Where are you? Here you are. Can you keep a secret? Can you keep a secret? I don't know. This is by Karen Perry. Yeah, Can You Keep a Secret? So it's got a bit bent up. Sorry about that. I don't know what happens to my books. They just end up, yeah. So this is, yeah, a thriller time again, a reunion style story, which I really enjoy. I love it when characters, like, you know, used to know each other years ago, and then they kind of, you know, get together and there's a reunion and then stuff happens, and, you know, I love that kind of thing. So it's time for a reunion. Lindsay hasn't spoken to Rachel in 20 years, not since her brother's 18th birthday party at their parents' remote, big, like, country house. And it's a night that, you know, things happened and it kind of shattered so many friendships. And it also left Rachel's father dead. So now this big house is up for sale. They've all got this reunion to kind of like say goodbye to the house and like catch up with each other. But then secrets come out about the past, what happened that night, what happened in the past in general, what's happening now, the relationships they all had between each other. And yeah, it's that kind of thing. So I want to say too much because I don't want to give spoilers. It's really difficult with thrillers because if you say one thing, it kind of gives a hint, and I don't like giving spoilers. But like, I don't know, like, this book was good. I give it 3.5 stars, and I like the thriller of it. I like the story, but I didn't really connect with any of the characters. Like, I just didn't care what happened to any of them. But I do like the kind of premise of the story. I would definitely read more books from Karen Perry because I think she's a great author. And the book that I really loved from her was Girl Unknown, which is just at the back there. I've read that and I loved that. Sadly, it wasn't as good. This one wasn't as good, but I'm sure, you know, in the future, I just need to really kind of connect with their characters a little bit more. But yeah, it was good. So yeah, if you like thrillers, it was a quick read. It didn't take me long to read that one. Right, next book. Oh boy, this was amazing. I have it here somewhere. Where are you? Here you are. The Project by Courtney Summers. Now, if you have not read a Courtney Summers book, I seriously recommend you do. Basically, listen to me, okay? If you don't listen to me about anything else, listen to me about this. You need to check out Courtney Summers. She without a doubt has become one of my favorite authors of all time, and that's a big feat, you know. But I love her writing style. It's very gritty, it's raw, it's natural, it's just thrilling to read her books, and she puts so much time into like the characters. Like you really feel like you know them, you care about them, and you want to know all their story and stuff. So anyway, I'm on this kind of mission in this year to read every book that Courtney Summers has done, because I just love her writing so much. So you probably know her for Shady. I think that's probably the most like well-known book that she's done. It's been quite a big hit, everyone's going on about it. But yeah, this is called The Project. Loving the cover. If you can see the girl with like the house there and the water and the trees, like very Bob Ross kind of vibe there with the happy little trees. I just don't know where to start about this book. It's so good. So basically, I've read a few other kind of cult themed books. This is a young adult, by the way. But yeah, this book just took my breath away. So I just said about, I'm just reading my notes. I've already said how amazing Courtney Summers is, so I won't have to say that again. Okay, so this book is about two sisters called Lo and B. When their parents die in a car crash, B ends up living at the Unity Project, which is kind of like this cult, basically. Oh yeah, while Lo goes to live with her great aunt. So when they're adults, Lo is now working for a magazine, and this man who knows the editor kind of comes in one day, and he's kind of claiming how the Unity Project killed his son. They had something to do with the death of his son. So, of course, Loa's got experience with this, you know, Unity projects. Her sister's there, and she's like, doesn't trust it either. So she kind of makes it her thing to expose the group and expose mainly the leader of the group, the leader of the cult, who is called Lev Warren. What a horrible character. I did not like him at all. He was horrible. But he's, you know, in the story, he's very charismatic. And before you know it, this lovely Lo, who I adored, it's kind of, she's getting confused because she's out there to kind of, you know, expose him and the group, but she ends up kind of falling for him and thinking, you know, maybe he's not so bad, maybe he's a nice person, he's doing good. So I'm not going to give any spoilers, but the ending of this book, right, is such a twist, and it also left me crying. Like, I felt so emotional at the end of this book. It really took it out of me, which is a good thing, by the way. Obviously it's not good to cry, but it is good to get them emotions out. But to me, if a book can make you cry, it means the words have really got in here and in here. Do you know what I mean? Like, it really touches you. And this book is really, really good. So I recommend this 100%. 5 stars for The Project. And I just love it, love it. There is another Courtney Summers book coming up in this video, by the way. Next up, this one, another one. See, that's what I mean. Like, I had such a good reading month. I had so many good books. Some months are okay, you know, but this month, like February, was just amazing. This book was, oh my god, so good. This is Madame Barova. Look at this cover. You got the crystal ball, the hand, like, it's just very mystical and magical and everything. Like, it's just amazing. So it's by Ruth Hogan. And I want to say a massive thank you to the lovely author Ruth Hogan, because she sent this to me as a gift. It's a proof copy, this one. So I don't know if the final copy will look like this or it will look similar. This is a proof copy. It comes out in April. So please go and buy it when it comes out. It's amazing. But yeah, she's so sweet. She sent me some lovely messages and tweets and stuff. And she sent me this book. So thank you, Ruth. Ruth Hogan is like such an amazing author. I first heard about her when I read her book, The Keeper of Lost Things. That book truly like touched my soul as well. That was just so good. And this one as well made me cry. I felt so much emotion. So basically the main character is Madame Barova. Her real name is Imelda, sorry, Imelda Barova. And she has spent years keeping other people's secrets, and her silence has come at a price. She has seen the lovers and the liars, the angels and the devils, the dreamers and the fools. So she's a tarot card reader. She's got it like kind of, you know, family thing. Her mum read tarot as well, and it's kind of been passed down to her to read tarot. By the way, I read tarot cards as well. So it's pretty cool reading about like a tarot themed character. But yeah, basically it says her cards Oh no, I've read that. Sorry, I'm trying to read my own notes. So it's not making sense to me. Oh, she's wary of other people's lives and other people's secrets. She needs a little rest and a little peace for herself. But before that, however, she has to fulfill a promise she made years ago. So she has 2 brown envelopes in her hand and she has to deliver them. Okay, so that is where the kind of secrets come out. The characters kind of intertwine with each other. And can I just say, all of the characters in this book are just so lovable and interesting. And I just, yeah, I really loved all the characters. And yeah, so the story kind of spans over 50 years. It's set in the 70s, which is pretty cool. I don't really read books set in the 70s. So I was quite interested in like the 70s kind of stuff. Holiday camps, seaside entertainers, eccentrics, heroes, villains, romance, the lost and the found, young and old. And it's kind of all their choices that they make, all kind of, you know, take place in their life, and it will affect other people's lives as well. This book was so charming. It was so adorable. As I say, I love the characters. I'm from a seaside town myself. So, you know, I love that kind of seaside vibe. And I just loved everything about it. It literally made me cry like a baby at the end. It was so beautiful and so charming. So, and very magical and mystical. So go check it out. It comes out in April. And I really recommend everyone check this book out. It's amazing. And once again, thank you to Ruth Hogan for sending me a proof copy. If any other authors out there want to send me proof copies, feel free. I'm very grateful. I'm cheeky, aren't I? Sorry. Okay, so I've got a few books left. I did get a lot of reading done this month, didn't I? Got a thriller here. A thriller. This is The Sanatorium. Now, I actually thought I was saying it wrong because I always, whenever I say it, I say sanitarium. But no, apparently, right, from Google information, in America they say sanitarium, in England we call it sanatorium, and that is why it's different. But yeah, loving the cover. It's so beautiful. Look at like the reflection of the hotel on the water and the mountains. It's just beautiful. And it's got yellow sprayed edges as well. So yeah, The Sanatorium by Sarah Pierce or Pierce, I don't know. It's her, this one. Now, I have to say, like, I was nearly put off of reading this book because I heard so many negative like reviews and people going, "Oh, don't read that book, Laura. Honestly, it's not meant to be very good." And I was kind of like put off, but I didn't let that stop me. I like to make my own judgment and my own views when it comes to books, well, everything really. So you know, I didn't let people put me off, and I'm pleased I didn't because it was a really, really good thriller. Now, I will say, I was thinking it was going to be quite similar to Ruth Ware's book, which I read recently, which was called One by One. And I think it was because it was kind of had the same kind of set in the ski resort, bad weather, you know, avalanches and the murders. I thought, oh, is this going to be similar to that one? But it was nothing like that. So if anyone's put off by this book because you think it's like Ruth Ware's one, do not be put off by it. It's nothing like it at all. I mean, obviously the setting's similar, but apart from that, the story is completely different. So yeah, as I said in my notes here, really sad about all the negative comments about this book. I really enjoyed it and I found it really gripping. So, as they were kind of, oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, the book's Enough and a Lie. I enjoyed both for different reasons. Okay, you won't want to leave until you can't. A former abandoned sanatorium has since been renovated into a 5-star hotel. So the main character is called Ellen. I really liked Ellen. She was really cool. And she's took time off her work as a detective to see her brother, who she's kind of like estranged from. She doesn't talk to him that much anymore. You'll find out in the book why she doesn't talk to him and stuff. Anyway, so she kind of goes there to see him, and you know, it's his engagement party and stuff. But then his fiance, you know, the lady he's getting engaged to, goes missing. Then people are getting murdered, etc. There's lots of stuff from the past that comes out as well. Very interesting, very good thriller. I will say there are some, in my opinion anyway, some disturbing parts in this book. I found it quite triggering. It was a bit dark. I mean, I knew really it was going to be a dark thriller. It's going to have dark moments in it, but for me personally, I just found them a little bit disturbing, like the face gas masks and things. And anyway, but if it, you know, if that kind of thing doesn't bother you, then it's fine. But I will say there are some quite disturbing scenes, but I did like it. It was very good, and do not listen to bad negativity about this book because I thought it was really, really good. So I give it a 4 stars. It only didn't get a 5 because, as I say, some of the scenes for me were quite graphic and quite disturbing. Next book, sadly, we've got 2 more left. 2 more left if you're still awake. Next book, sadly, I didn't enjoy. I really wanted to enjoy this little book, but I just didn't. So this is by Holly Jackson. It's called Killjoy. Funnily enough, actually, I will tell you this. Originally, when I saw the cover for this on a website, when it first got, said that it was coming out, I thought that was a lipstick with blood on it. But it's not. If you look closely, it's like a serviette with like the serviette thing around it. But anyway, that's that. So I literally love all her books. I love Good Girls Guide to Murder. I loved Good Girl, Bad Blood. Can't wait for the 3rd book, which is called As Good as Dead. There we go. I had it on my notes. So that definitely love the series, right? This one, I just couldn't do it. I had to stop reading it. I DNF'd it, as you say. So it's just a little like prequel. It's been brought out for World Book Day, which I think is a great idea. I love to me, every day's book day, but, World Book Day is brilliant. And I love the fact that, different authors create these like little tiny, little books of people. I think it's brilliant. But I just didn't like it. It's no nice way of saying it. So basically it's, it sees the main character of Pip, who I love Pip. She goes to this friend's murder mystery party. And I thought there was going to be a kind of mixture of the murder mystery and a real life murder type of theme, but it just felt like the whole book was pretty much the kind of murder mystery. It was kind of like a story within a story, which I don't really like books like that and stories like that. I mean, there was obviously hints of what was going to happen in the actual series. This is a prequel, as I say. So if you've read the other 2, you'll kind of see the hints of things and characters that what's going to happen. But yeah, I just found it really irritating. I mean, it was really cool how it's done out. Like if I show you here, she gets her little invite and the list of characters and stuff. Like, it is cool, but I don't really like stories in stories, if that makes sense. And I didn't, just didn't like. I'm so sorry. I feel really bad, but I only give it 2 stars because I just thought it was a bit. But anyway, let's be positive and end this wrap up with a positive, good book, which I did really enjoy. Where are you? Here you are. So this is by, once again, Courtney Summers, and it's called Some Girls Are. By the way, it says here the author of Cracked Up to Be, and that is a good one as well. If you've not read that, read Cracked Up to Be. It's really good. So yeah, this book, this author, like seriously, just amazing. I really recommend her, as I say, if you like these kind of raw, gritty thrillers and kind of unlikable characters. Like, you shouldn't like them, but you kind of do. Well, that's how I feel anyway. So basically, this story is about a girl called Regina, and she used to be a part of this really bitchy girl group. And they were kind of like a group of bitchy bullying girls, basically. And they would kind of spread rumours about people not be very nice people at all, like a lot of abuse and nasty things. And she was part of this group. Then a rumour gets out about her sleeping with one of the girl's boyfriends, which isn't true, by the way. But, the girl doesn't believe it. The other girls kind of intervene and mix things up. And anyway, Regina is kind of pushed out of the group. And she's kind of gone from being ultra popular, nasty girl, mean girl, to being unpopular, not liked, and really badly bullied from the girls and other people as well. Something happens as well in the book, which I don't want to talk about too much in the video, but it is quite, yeah, I don't want to give spoilers and talk about this subject, but I will really quickly just say, if you trigger words, rape, abuse, that kind of thing. Okay, so if you don't like books with that kind of subject, maybe it's not for you. But I mean, it's very important for me that books are wrote like this and characters are spoke about. But yeah, so she starts to get really badly bullied. Other things happen to her, but she befriends this boy called Michael. He's kind of like this loner emo boy, and she actually used to bully him herself. So at first it's not great because he doesn't like her, but anyway, they get talking, and she knew his mum who died, and they kind of build up this bond. So yeah, very interesting. It's very hard hitting, it's very emotional. As I say, there are subject matters that could be quite triggering for people, but I really like Regina, and I know she'd done bad things and she wasn't an angel, but I kind of I don't know, I just find it, I don't know, I just kind of connected with her and understood her and stuff, and liked reading about her. And you know, without giving spoilers away, I liked the ending. I liked, you know, what a person she was at the end and how she changed. So I love this book. 5 stars. Okay, so here we go. This is the part of the video where I say my book of the month, and it's really difficult because, as you know, if you've watched the whole thing, if you're still awake, I give a lot of books 5 stars and 4 stars. So it's just really difficult. Like, I was gonna say, where is it? Where are you? Here you go. I was gonna say Lock the Doors, because I literally devoured it, as I say. But I have to go with my heart, and I have to choose Ruth Hogan's Madame Barova, because of all the different characters, because of her writing style, because of all the different stories that kind of intertwine together. And I just love reading about a character who does like tarot cards, and you know, it was just so touching. And I kid you not, at the end of this story, on the last page, I sat there and I just started literally bawling it. I was crying my eyes out. And bless him, Nathan, my fiance, he's like, "You okay? What's the matter?" And I was like, "I just finished the book." It's like, oh God, okay. Because it really touched me. So this, very close, because there were some amazing books, but this is my book of the month. It comes out in April. I recommend you all go and check it out. Thank you, Ruth Hogan, for writing such beautiful, beautiful books that truly touch my soul. Thank you. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, next month I've got some books on the horizon that I'm excited about. The new Mortal Instruments book is due at my door any day. Obviously, we're in lockdown here in the UK, so the bookshops are shut, which is really sad. But I have ordered it online, so it should hopefully be turning up this week. Hopefully. It's been dispatched apparently, so that's a good sign. So yeah, new Mortal Instruments book is going to be good. I've also got the new Victoria Schwab book. Got some excellent thrillers that I've got, which I'm really excited about to read. So yeah, there we go. Okay, a few put my teeth in. A few quick things before I go. So first of all, I want to say I have a virtual book club, an online book club. If you're a bookworm like me, come and join my book club. It's on the Goodreads app, and it's called Minx Book Club. The link's down below. By the way, the book of the month of March, if you do want to join in, is any genre of your choice, but because it is Women's History Month, yay for women, we're going to do, like, you can read any book by a female author. Okay, so any genre, fiction, factual, whatever, I don't care, but just make sure it's a female author. Okay, so that is the book of the month choice. Also, if you want to check out my other YouTube channel, that would be great, Minx Laura 123. ASMR, the link's down below. On that channel, I make videos to help people with anxiety, insomnia, kind of relaxation videos. So yeah, go check that out. Twitter is at MinxLaura123, Instagram's MinxLaura123, and my Goodreads stuff, all my links, you know, down there in the description box. And I think that's it. TikTok at MinxLaura123. ASMR if you want to see me being stupid and silly and dancing and stuff. Yeah. Okay, so oh, really quickly, really quickly, and then I promise it is the end of the video, I'm going to show you the book I'm currently reading, but I don't know where it's gone. Where are you? Book I'm currently reading, where are you? Oh, here you are. I'm not going to tell you about it, you'll have to wait till next month, but this is the book I'm currently reading, and it's called We Played with Fire, and it is by Catherine Barter, who apparently wrote a book called Troublemakers, which I have heard of. I might even have it somewhere, I don't know. But anyway, it's really good. It's a very kind of spooky book, based on the Fox sisters. But anyway, I'm not going to tell you anymore. You'll have to wait till next month to find out more. But it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Happy reading. And see you soon. Bye.